What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dank's Gaming and Video channel. Today we are going to be going over the double swing Dust Devil Barbarian up to about level 70, and you won't believe how overpowered this build is and what a total game changer it can be. So why don't we check out some footage real quick and we'll go over it right now. Holy shit, this is not good. Nope. Nope. I don't even think I did a lick of... wrong footage. That definitely wasn't me trying out the gauntlet way too early and getting my butt totally kicked. So let's get to... and here's the right one here. Let's get to it. Barbarian is definitely working out. Ooh, that reminds me. I forgot to change specialization. Oh no, I've got it on 100 sword right now. Let's go. I forgot that's what I was using. And war cry. And ha! I didn't even swing. Now, in that brief demonstration there, we've seen I didn't even have to take a swing. I just did a couple of shouts, and the amount of dust devils that took off from me wiped out everything in the room, along with the thorns, and then the one little swing to the one worm that was left. So there's lots of benefits to this build. There's lots of pluses. There's big room clearing capabilities. There's massive damage to be held, and as well, with the right tempers and with the right aspects, you can really build on the burst, the overpower, and the amount of bonus damages you get to, say, bleeding targets, stun targets, or extra bonuses given what weapons you're using, whether they're two-handed maces, two-handed slashing weapons, or whatever one-handed weapons you choose to brandish. So why don't we hop in here now, and what we'll do is we will go over the paragons and the talents that we've gotten and achieved so far, and as well some of the key aspects and some of the key glyphs that we should have as well. Alright, so in my previous video we went over the skill tree, and since then that hasn't changed at all. So if you really want a more in-depth look at the skill tree and how we got to this build, just go back and see the last Diablo IV Barbarian video that I posted. It's about 9-10 minutes long. Now we're deep into the paragons, so we're not going to go over them all because there's a ton of them, but I should also note that I am following a build guide courtesy of Icy Veins, and this so far has worked out very well. So again, we're following a build guide here, and I've trusted it so far and it's been great. So we can see up top we got an extra 920 strength contribution, 108 intelligence, almost 200 willpower, and 205 dexterity. The key glyphs that we have here that are recommended was Wrath, Twister, and Exploit. So Exploit, you can see for every 5 dexterity purchase within range, deal 2.6% increased damage to vulnerable targets. So that's key there, because if we go to our inventory, and when it comes to our weapons with double strike, if we come here, hitting an enemy with both hits of double swing makes them vulnerable for 2 seconds. So right there you're already having skills play into each other. So that's the kind of thing that we want to achieve. So if we go back over here, that was Exploit. And then if we go to Twister, for every 5 strength purchase within range, your Dust Devils deal 15.8% increased damage. Now, in that previous demonstration, the amount of Dust Devils created from the shouts alone was numerous, and with an aspect that we have on this build, every time we strike with double swing, we also create more Dust Devils. So the amount you can create in a battle is almost uncountable. They peel off so quick, and then as well you can get the aspects and the temperings that increase damage to those targets that are ranged to you or considered ranged, because these dust devils, they really do take off. And now you're starting to do increased damage to all those not only close to you, but to those farther away. And if we go back to our inventory, right here, especially if you have an entire room that's closing in on you, a whole screen, we can see when there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for 3 seconds. This can only occur every 20 seconds. That's fine. But when you get swarmed in the initial battle, almost all of them are going to be stunned, and then you're going to increase, do more damage, make them vulnerable, take them all out. It's perfect. Then we can see here in the tempers to this item in particular, we did 100% damage to distant enemies. So again, that tied into where you are able to do increased damage to distant enemies, and the Dust Devils being a barbarian, ranged is not necessarily the strong suit. So in this aspect, you can see the Dust Devils are a very big plus, and they really do lend to the battle, and they really can mean the difference in a large nightmare fight, because now at level 71 where I'm at now, I can solo nightmare dungeons no problem. So again, with this build, it's very important to aspect correctly and temper correctly. Temper to your strong suits. Just standing still as it is right now, there you can see the attack power, the armor, and the life that obviously increases during battle with certain buffs and things like that. Oh my god. Just carnage. Undeniable fucking carnage.
Oh yeah!
So in that previous demonstration that I just showed there was just on me mentioning the proc that you get with the right aspect when swinging with double swing, and how almost every swing was proccing a Dust Devil. And then if you're dropping your shadows, if you're dropping your shouts, if you're dropping all those things, you're producing more and more and more Dust Devils and building more fury, because with these Dust Devils and these shouts, it's just increasing your fury generation and your resource recovery, and it's all just massive pluses. Now again, the game is more shout reliant when you take this build. It's also middling defenses like outside of cooldowns, so you really kind of got to dodge around a bit when you're on cooldown, so that is a little bit of a negative, but you can try to get the right aspects and the right tempers and master workings down the road to reduce those cooldowns. The reliance on tornadoes for damage over double swing, but personally, and I think we'll do a quick demonstration here live right on video, that they work in tandem and it's not really a negative. And the screen filling with the storms and things sometimes can be a little sight hindering, but depending on your rig, it's really not a big deal. So why don't we get to an area with some heat, check out this build, go over a couple more aspects and pieces of gear, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, so we're about to enter the Helltide now, and we're going to try to look for a fight. So we might as well jump right over into this. Let's go. So we'll get into this, build up a little fury, start swinging those Dust Devils, start dropping those shouts, start dropping it all. And as you can see, we are largely unaffected. Now, mind you, you can see the cooldowns. There are a fair number of cooldowns when it comes to this. However, with double swing and your fury with lunging strike, you still have something to beat them up with. It's really not that big of a hindrance. Now here we can see we're just doing raising some structures, not to mention the barrier generation that you can also get, the fortification that is there to protect you. And with this build and the double swing and all the Dust Devil generation, the challenging shout, in my opinion, this is one of the more fun builds. I've really enjoyed it so far. This was my first Barbarian, however, but I really don't think you can go wrong with a Barbarian in whatever build you do end up choosing. Some people go to whirlwind builds. This has been a very enjoyable process for me so far. I've been World Tier 4 for a while now, and it really hasn't been that much of a challenge. It hasn't been too bad. We've been able to solo some dungeons. With that earlier clip, us going into Gauntlet a little prematurely, well, that's my bad. I honestly kind of didn't do my research there, and have never made it this high before. So that's on me. I'll take that out. That's on me. So there we go. Just in that short amount of time, we got another 71,000 XP, another 3 points towards the Tree of Whispers, and some more amazing loot. So, like I said, we'll try to go over some gear really quickly and some of the pus. So here we go. Casting Double Swing creates Dust Devil that deals 3,343 damage to enemies in its path. So there it is. That's the proc right there. Then we also have here, imprinted on this one, damaging an enemy with a core skill has up to a 27% chance to extend the duration of Berserking by 2 seconds. Double this if it was a critical strike. So we get Berserking from Wrath of the Berserker. So that really helps out there. This one, after generating 100 Fury, your next direct damage creates 2 Dust Devils. So after generating 100 Fury, whatever you do, 2 more Dust Devils are going to pop out. Critical strikes with core. I'll take care of those guys. Hey, nice new Paragon point. Critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed by 17% for 5 seconds. So that never hurts. This one, there we go. Shout creates 3 Dust Devils. I'm just sitting here shouting, creating Dust Devils. This one, lucky hit up to a 30% chance for you to skills to inflict a vampiric curse on enemies. I highly recommend this one because you almost collect souls, and then on your next release or your next attack, those souls come running out of you and explode and do an insane amount of damage, killing an enemy, while Berserking has a 40% chance to grant 26% increased cooldown reduction to your brawling skills for 2 seconds. Any skill cooldown reduction is mega in this game. Here we have the shout generates a 10.5 primary resource per second while active. And this one, we have damaging an elite enemy grants you a barrier absorbing up to 5,501 damage for 10 seconds. It can only happen once every 30 seconds. That's not a big deal. And then we already seen the basic skills. This one here, basic skills grant 20% damage reduction for 5 seconds. It's fantastic. And this one is 35% chance to gain 1,300 fortify whenever you deal direct damage while berserking. So everything that I have is kind of built to play into each other. We'll drop a couple more shouts here and take these guys out. I didn't even have to swing anything, and those devils are doing all the work for me. And we can see my attack power increased up almost to 57,000 there while doing my shouts. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below with your Barbarian experience, what build you're using, what you think of Loot Reborn so far, and if you're going down this path, how it's working for you. So thanks again for watching the video. Don't forget to turn on those notifications so you can catch us the next time we go live. And as always, thanks for stopping by.